that's working now. Oh, now it's working. Ah. Hello. Typical live streaming gone wrong. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to get some pointers from Star Wars Squadrons. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because you have to uninstall easy anti-cheat. But so first of all, we need to go and get Cheat Engine. Download the latest version 7.1 and install it wherever you want to install it. Make sure you decline the McAfee antivirus thing. Don't just keep pressing next, else it will install a lot of shite. So once you've installed that, that's fine. Install it, create a desktop icon, whatever. But once you've installed that, you will need to, if you've not run Star Wars Squadrons already, you need to run it for the first time. Get it registered with your computer key, whatever, so it knows that your computer can play it. And then you need to go to your Steam folder, wherever it's installed. Usual place, Steam apps, common, Star Wars Squadrons, and then easy anti-cheat. And you want to double click the easy anti-cheat. And down here, we want to uninstall easy anti-cheat. Obviously, you're only going to be able to play this game offline. You're not going to be able to play it online unless we can find a way to hook onto the exe. But easy anti-cheat stops you doing that, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So once you've uninstalled that, we've got a control panel. And go to Windows Defender Firewall, Advanced Settings, keeps popping up on a different monitor, and then you want to create outbound rule. So you'd create a new rule. Let me just delete that and I'll show you, just in case some people don't know how to do it. So outbound rule, new rule, program, click next, and then you need to browse to the same folder in your Steam folder. Ah, is my mic gone off again? No. What's gone off? Mic's still on, isn't it? Okay, good. And Star Wars Squadrons EXE, that's one we want to block. So once you've selected that, block it, block the connection. I'm going to show you how to get pointers for Star Wars Squadrons. That's the title of the video as well. The clue's in the name. Haha. So I'll just click next, and just put a name for the rule. Star Wars Squads. Finish. In iRacing, yeah, I do iRacing. I must have changed it on my Twitch stream. So you got your outbound rule, Star Wars Squadrons. So close. Now when you play the game, you don't want to do it in VR, obviously, not yet. Because, oops, and then, because you need the window open to see what you're doing basically. Wait for Star Wars Squadrons to load. It'll take a while because it can't connect to the internet. But it does seem to take a bit longer. And then you obviously get an error message. Failed to connect to the servers. You can also just unplug your internet whilst you start it and then plug your cable back in, or just disable your Ethernet or your Wi-Fi or whatever. So let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. Alright, once you've done that, what you need to do is open Cheat Engine. And you need to hook on to Star Wars Squadrons. So I've actually got a list here of what I've found to make it easier for me to find the pointers. Because when you try to find them from nothing, it's a bit hard. You don't even know what the numbers are going to be for the rotation or anything. It could be anywhere from 0 to 360, basically, depending on how the telemetry is calculated in the game. Or you might not find any, and you need to find a quaternion table, matrix even, which is a pain in the ass. But for this, it's fairly easy, so I'll just keep that. So once you've hooked onto it, iRacing test. Oh, that's from the last one. I don't know actually. iRacing test, God knows. But yeah, so we've hooked on. And what we're going to be looking for is a float value. You can leave everything else just the same, but you need to check the box, pause the game while scanning. You might want to make this a bit bigger. Does that make that smaller? Can I make that? No, I can't. There, we need to go to training. Now you want to go to practice. New Republic, don't matter what ship you choose or anything. Yes, I know nothing will be saved. None of your loadouts or anything saved, but your gameplay is saved. You can just load it to Steam, or it'll ask you to anyway. Right, so we shall launch. The thing is with this, it loses focus. It doesn't lose focus, but it loses sound. So normally, if you roll to the left, they're always negative values. When you roll to the right, it's always positive values. So you can see I've already figured it out from when I found them last time, which does take quite a while. And as you can see, all the hooks are broken because the game's just been updated. So what you want to do, like I put there just to remind myself, because I'm very forgetful, is I roll to the right, stationary, because if you increase speed, the roll value increases as well, so it will be more than 1.1 to 1.25, and you want the smallest margin to get the data, or else you get thousands and thousands of addresses that you have to go through. So I start spinning to the right. Oh, sorry. You want to put in a value between in here, and we want between 1.1 and 1.25. So I'll start spinning to the right, and then first scan, and it found nothing because why? Did I not uninstall Easy Anti-Cheat? I didn't uninstall it, did I? Sure I did. I've changed something. Oh. So that's not finding anything. Settings. Is VAH. I don't think that makes any difference to. Oh, that's one thing I normally do as well. Increase value hotkey. Normally put as period up and decreased as a comma. Still don't understand why that's not hooked on. But it's not finding anything. Wait on. That's uninstalled. So I'm wondering, because iRacing's got easy anti-cheat, but surely that doesn't. If I install that, could be not. I don't know how easy anti-cheat works. Right, so I am actually going to have to disconnect from the internet. This is all going horribly wrong. So do I need to create a rule for incoming as well? I don't know. Man. I don't think this is going to make any difference, so is it? Yeah, I don't know if that's going to make any difference, is it? Yeah. You need to disconnect from the internet. Blocking it doesn't work. I thought it did. So I might lose the stream for a second now. So I'm going to have to disable my Ethernet. So will it keep going or not? I don't know. Back on. Are we back on? Are we still going? I think we're still going. Yeah, we're still going. So you have to unplug. I think if you disable block Steam as well, I think that might work. I don't think you have to actually pull the internet like I did. I'm sure there's a different way. So now, hopefully, open Star Wars multiplayer training practice. Right, let's start the game. So down. Right. Alt tab out. Right. So new scan. Value between 1.1 and 1.25. Start rolling. And first scan. There we go. 155,000 locations found. So what we need to do is narrow them down to actually what we want. So they actually do. So obviously when we're rolling, that was a high value. So I set up, like I say, the hotkeys for a decreased and increased value. So I go decreased and it knocked them down to 1,768. So now we'll go and roll again, and then it will be an increased value down to 696, decreased, increased, decreased, increased, and so on and so forth until you get down to all them values there, look, and then stop rolling and they all return to 0. So ones like this you can get rid, alt delete, control delete, and that gets rid of them. Them two, you're not going to want them. They're not doing what it's supposed to be doing. As they're finishing on 0.5, should be 0. Control delete. So now we've got 20 values left. Now all these do the same thing. They're all pointers giving the same values. However, what you've got to check for is, oops, that these don't move. If you double click the right, if you go to look around, sometimes the values might move when you're looking around. Obviously you don't want that to be your values for your pointers, well, for your motion telemetry. So that's good. Nothing's moving, everything's stationary, they're all at 0. Right. And what you want to do is not crash or die, because then all these will change, all these addresses will change. So as I've done there last time, second to last result. So hopefully it's going to be that one. So what I do, right click and browse memory region. So then we have all this gobbledygook, which you can make much easier to read. Display type, a float, and there we have all the values coming out from this memory location, which is 20CB759C, which is that one there. So when I move, you can see all these different values, and all these values could be anything that you could think of, maybe, possibly. So if I just roll to the left, that's a minus, negative value. And obviously roll to the right, that's the positive value. But then you can think to try and see if yours there. Oh yeah, and your moves. So you have to look at the values of one which looks like it's moving with the ship, not going all the way around. It's a positive number, which would be, which one would it be? This one. Negative that way, positive that way. But there's the other ones. Could it be that one? No, that's just going up and up in both directions. That, I think, is your acceleration. Is it? No, it isn't. No, because just ignore that. So that would be your, which we'll show in a minute with the pointers, because we have to get to the pointers. So basically, I have cheated there. It's easy for me to say, if you're looking for a game right from the very first start, you have to find that initial value of what vehicle, plane, anything that you're in, what values it's using. And I think above, these actually could be part of the matrix, which is a table 3x3, and none of the numbers ever go above 1. And if you add them up in a certain way, they equal 1. I can't remember. It wrecks my head. I'm no good at maths. I just know how to find a value that looks like it controls the ship. So we've got our pointer. We know which, not our pointer. We've got our memory location. Now we need to find the pointer to this location. So we can leave that running. So we got that. That's our location. Just double click it to add it to your list. Right click, pointer scan for this location. And you want show advanced options. Right, we don't allow stack addresses. I've never bothered with that at all. I don't know if that helps because it brings up a load of crap which you don't need. So okay, yes, and then you need to put it into a place. And for each scan, every time you scan and rescan, you need to give it a new name. If you overwrite the scan that you're already in, it'll produce no results. So Star Wars Squadrons, new role. You can call it whatever you want. My cat's here. Say hello, cat. So yes, I want to replace it. And generally, if you've done this the first time, the next time you look, this is what it was last time. So generally, the offsets will be the same pretty much every time. They always were with Elite, and they are with Grand Theft Auto. So you can leave that open, and oh, you can't leave that open, but if you can remember what they are. and wait for this to generate the pointer map, and this will bring up millions of results, probably. And now I'm getting attacked by cats. That's a new addition. Say hello, Walt. Go electrocute yourself. So I'm still waiting for that. Still not crashed. Once you've got that, it doesn't matter if you die. Once you've started searching for that first pointer, because you will retain the information from that. Oops. Oh, let me alt tab out. So there we go. 567,905. So we need to whittle them down when you first start to as few as possible. And if you can, you need to turn the game off, turn the game back on, turn your computer off, power cycle it completely, start up the game, load up your pointers in the game, do another search, find the correct one. So hopefully, if this works, we should be able to see E3C, 3C8, and this is where it's going to call me a liar. Most probably. Yeah, it has. Because there is no A3C, 3C8. So ignore me what I said before. And obviously already you can see all these have changed. But what we know is that that is still the value there. So you copy that memory address, and we want to rescan the memory in these pointers because a lot of them have already changed. So rescan that memory address, and it will ask you to save it as a different name. Don't overwrite the same file, else it'll completely wipe the results out. And we're down to 344,000. So what I do, switch to Imperial Hangar. And change ship. How do we change ship? There we go. Wait, we could do that. Change ship. And launch. Same thing again. But now, you see that when I turn, that value does nothing anymore because obviously the point has changed. So what you need in your pointer map, oops, you need to change this to float. And at the minute that's not automatically updating live. So if you close that, and then what you want to do is right click, point to scan this address, cancel that, and then open up your last point to scan results. Now these will change now on the fly. So as you can see, there's the one we want, which will be this. So that's the new address that we want to scan for. So this is boring and it takes a long time. DC A653C. Okay. Do the same again. Save it as a different file. Yes. And then we're down to 21,822. So we're getting there. What we have that at? It was E3C3C8. So considering last time there was only 2 offsets, there's a high possibility, oops, that it's going to be either that one or that one, because that one and that one has changed. So we'll just take the chance and try one of them. We could change that to 1D045174. Copy that. And that's going to be A04, oops, 3CC. And it is better if it is the same offsets, because then everything else works as well. But you know what, I'm trying to think if I used a different offset last time. Right, we'll change all these and see what happens. Because let's change that at least. 4. Oops, 04. 4. Copy that. I might be confusing myself now. Let's see what. Yeah, that's wrong. Right, so obviously the speed is correct. I'm pointing, you can't see with my finger, can you? You see if I go slightly forward, the speed's working. So is the surge. Positive, negative. Roll to the yaw to the right. Obviously all the numbers with the E's at the end, that's just a nothing number. I can't remember what it's called. Some mathematician will know. I can't remember. But obviously you can see the yaw there working fine. Positive, negative. The roll, that's working. The roll the other way, that's working. Speed, that's working. So there you go. You have roll, yaw, pitch, surge, speed. I haven't got any sway. Because I mean, to be honest, is there any sway? There should be sway, actually, if you do the... Oh, what is it? Where you can turn... whatever it's called. Where you can spin the ship around. Or slide on its right or whatever. But I'd have to look into that a bit more. But this is the basics of finding the pointer to your roll. You find your pointer to your roll, and normally, obviously you went through all these. You could look at the different locations. Oh, and that's going to show nothing because I need to do the scan again, don't I? Oh, so that one's still there. So browse that memory. Yeah, you see that? It's only got that there. There's no other things. Oh yeah, there you go. You got yaw there as well, and pitch. You got pitch up and down, and yaw, and roll. But that's it. You haven't got anything else. But yeah, there's lots of different ways to find it. Like I say, you can find the matrices. Fucking spam. Spam in my chat. Spam in my chat. So I'll report them. Assholes. Right, so where are we up to here now? Oh god, I'm gonna get told off. Oof. Right. So obviously now I can delete that. Yes. Delete that. Yes. So gun. So the next one is gun collision. And how I found this last time was same again. New scan. Value between. And what we're looking for this time is 0.5 to 1.8. Yeah. That's what you do. Get firing and do a scan. And this is a little bit more difficult. So it would then again go lower, start firing, increased, and then lower again, firing, increased, and then lower. Just make that a bit smaller. We're down to 15483. Fire, increased, and then decreased, increased, decreased, increased, decreased, increase, and so on. So obviously now I'm doing nothing. You could actually do something like exact value of 0.0000, because you know it's going to be nothing happening. It's going to be on 0. So you do a next scan, do that a few times. That'll get you results down to 169. So that's a 0 value. So if you start shooting again, it's going to be an increased value. increased, decreased. So now you can see all these. But this might be the trigger on my controller. You see I press it in further and further and further and it's going up to 0.99. So with the results now, oh, you would look. Perhaps that one might be a candidate. Oops. Going up and down, firing on either side. Whereas all these you see, that one as well maybe. So I actually haven't put on there which result it was. So was it the first result? Which it could have been actually, because that goes way above. When I put to 1.8 and that shoots up quite high to start off with. 1 point something. Yeah, they're all good. So you could narrow this down by letting it go for quite a while and see what the last results were. So all that and 0.99s and the 1 and the 1, 0.99. You could get rid of them. That, delete, that, delete. Fire. Obviously these ones are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So me being a gambling man, I'd say it's that one. It's not going to be any of them. But it's totally hit and miss. You have to. It could be them two as well. They start quite high and then go down, up and down, as it's firing left, right, left, right. And you could also, I suppose, fly into something. Just to see. And there you go. There's your values for collision. That one, that one. So all them can go. Uh, oh. So let's see what I had last time. I had, oops. Oh, it was a big one. 0.88. That's lots of offsets. Lots and lots of offsets. So I suppose we could add that one and do a pointer scan for that. Obviously now there's a lot of turbulence because we're right next to the ooh. Or is that because I was firing? Could have been. Yeah, it's getting turbulence because it's... I'd probably say it's that one. I've got a funny feeling when I did it last time it was the first result. So you browse that memory region. There's not a great deal else going on around there. No movement or anything. It's good to try if you find something like that. It's to try flying into things and turning and doing all sorts of stuff because it might actually bring up something else, some other kind of data that you want. You never know what it might bring up. Also, obviously, when you're searching for stuff, you can use generally things that you can see. So you do a search for the speed. So 0. So for the speed, you go up, you'd search for 13, and then obviously you could search for 11, or you could go decreased, increased, decreased, increased, decreased. It don't matter which way, but you would find your speed then, and then you can put that in for your speed. But obviously the speed is actually right next to the rotation and everything else. So we found the gun collision, and we're going to do a pointer scan again. So we pointer scan for that address. Yes. And what have I got? Gun. Save that. And it will look for the pointers. I'll be back in just 1 sec. Oh, it's still searching. There might be quite a few. So 3 million. Wow. But straight away you can see how many disappeared from that. I should have done that. You can sort them, yeah. So if there's less offsets, you can sort it to make it a bit easier. So copy that and do a rescan. That's one. And we're not down very much at all. So switch ships. Switch ship. it's actually still working. So like I said before, if you want the live, you want the pointer scan to be live, you have to open up the file again, file, open. We've not come down very much at all. Ah, yes, we have, because these are all showing different. Just wondering then why it was. Yeah, so we want to scan for that again, rescan. Paste. And you can just use two files and just keep overwriting each file if you want. As long as you use two different files, it won't matter. So we're still not down very far at all. So I want to do switch. Hopefully it won't have changed, but somehow I think it might have. Yeah. So what I need to do now is find, because that's not live again, I don't think, or is it? Is that live? No, because it's a rescan. So close it. Oh. Open. Point scan. Cancel. Open up file. Open that one. Right, so that's running live now. So really, if you can, you either do another search to find the number, or you can kind of hopefully go through all these and find someone somewhere that's, yeah, but when there's 3 million, you're going to be lucky to actually find one which is doing what you want it to. So new scan, fire between 0.5, 1.8, and we're going to shoot again. Fire for scan, and then it's going to be lower, and then we're going to fire again. Higher, lower. And sometimes you can mess it up quite easily and it won't find it. There's that value. And we've been lucky because it's there. So we'll add that one. And then we'll do a scan for that, which should hopefully be in this pointer file that we've already got open. Rescan that. Okay. Save as the other file. Yes. And there we go, we're down to 22. So from 3 million pointers down to 22. Sometimes it works out good like that, sometimes it doesn't. So the last point I had was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointers. could look to see if you have the same one, which I think we're at 88, 68, 18, 18 instead of 10. 60, 18, 4. So I'd be probably tempted to choose that one. I can't remember why I chose that one last time. Maybe because I don't know. Well, let's just change ship again. Let's change ship. Change ship to that. Select or deploy. Right. Now has it changed? It hasn't actually changed the... Right, switch to Imperial Hangar. Fly. Wow, I've been doing this for an hour already. And this is the easy way. If you're starting from scratch, you're talking a lot of hours just to find that initial value. And you see it's actually kept the same address. It's not actually changed yet. Try that one. And it's still kept the same ship. So let's go back to main menu. Practice. Start again. Hopefully that'll just bring back no values, so it's changed. Right, there we go, that's changed now. Oh. Right, so if we close that again, and open up a live file, cancel, open 547, that one. Right, and they should, oops, if I move that over there. And they're all pretty much showing as good pointers. So there must be a reason why why I changed that last time. Maybe one was flickering or something to a different. I don't know. Must have been some reason why I picked the one that I did. Oh, there's the one that I need. 88, 68, 10, 60, 18, 4. Which is the one which worked last time. So yeah, that's all I need to do is change that. You can double click on here to add it straight into there. I'll just change the number 410 CEAO. Okay. And there we go. We've got collision gun, whatever you want to call it, turbulence. So we've got all of the pointers that I had before, which is good. Delete that, and then remember I had to put on there, so that would be first result, because I didn't put that there last time for some strange reason. First result. And then save somewhere. Where have I actually saved? Where was it? Downloads, wasn't it? Cheat engine pointers. Here we go. And then you can save it. And I think that's about it. There you go. Then you've got your pointers. Obviously, when the FlyPT's movie gets updated to add our own pointers, we can do it. But at the minute, I'll have to send him these pointers, and then he can update it. I will send these pointers to Wagner or Wagnard, and he can basically use the Elite Dangerous plugin to update for SimTools. So he should get it for SimTools very soon. So let me see if if I shut that down, and I create a rule. Where's my control panel gone? Right, if I advanced settings, right, outbound rules, just outbound in it. If I block Star Wars, and if I create a new rule to block Steam, do you think that'd work? Steam. Let's see. It might do, it might not. Block everything. That'd be easy if you could just go into there and just block them. So let's see if it works. Or if it should just come up with an error that, yes, there we go. So if you want to launch it and not disconnect your internet, just block Squadrons in your firewall and Steam, and then you'll be able to play it offline, as long as you've uninstalled Easy Anti-Cheat as well. Perhaps you might be able to block Easy Anti-Cheat as well, rather than install it, and then all you have to do is unblock them. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Any questions, give us a shout. You know where I am. Okie dokie. There you go, another terrible tutorial. Hopefully it made a bit of sense. Maybe I'll do one for a game that we haven't got any values for right from scratch, because that's a pain in the ass. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.